Good morning, beautiful souls. How is everyone doing today? I hope everyone is having an amazing and wonderful day. We are just about a minute early today from what I said I was going to do, so not too bad. Not too bad. I've been having a great day. My only request is if anybody knows who's in control of the thermostat outside, if you could please turn it up a few degrees. Not a whole lot. Just, above freezing. Because it's cold. That's very cold. We are not supposed to get above freezing here today. So it's going to be a very cold day for us today. But I'm fine with that. I don't have a problem with cold days. It just means I stay indoors. The only negative part to cold days is that little guy over there, right there. Can't see him. He's off screen, laying up on his chair. Stole my shirt earlier, so I had to go get my sweater and put it on because he was cold, and he's got a blanket right there that he can get under, but he did not want his blanket. He wanted my shirt. And of course I'm talking about Tanner, guys, my dog. But yeah, he always wants to cuddle up in my shirts. He loves them. He gets one of his little safe spaces. It makes him feel comfortable and safe and stuff, so I'm fine with that. And this sweater I'm wearing is what I had on the very first time I brought him home. The first time I brought him home, when I got him from the shelter, and he curled up underneath my shirt and curled up against my chest and slept on the ride home. And so that's been a thing. So he's, from the day I got him curling up in my shirts has been a thing. And I think it's just something that he does now, Oops. I just like... I went to adjust my glasses and totally completely missed and just fingerprinted. That bugged the crap out of me while I'm trying to read, so let me clean these off real quick. For those of you who haven't seen me with my glasses off, it doesn't happen very often because I can't see anything on the computer monitor other than a bunch of blurs. I'm very nearsighted. So, our Rumi wisdom today came of actually kind of thinking about how I got Tanner and everything that went along with that and stuff. I got hairs going every which way. Wow, crazy beard and mustache today. It's wanting to be unruly. It's not wanting to comply. But the hold on. Let me read the wisdom first here in a second. Read the wisdom. And then what I'll do is I'll tell the story that kind of goes along with why I chose this for today, and then we'll see what the Oracle deck has for us today, because we're working once again with the Alana Fairchild Rumi Oracle deck. I absolutely love working with this deck. It is a beautiful, glorious deck. The artwork is so amazing in it. That was the Divine Mother Manifest. We pulled that card the other day. So, the Rumi wisdom is, the wound is the place where the light enters you. Rumi. I'll read that again. The wound is the place where the light enters you. Rumi. So, I got Tanner when I was with my ex-wife. We were still together. We were married and living in Sonoma, California at the time. Actually, we were living in Glen Ellen at the time. We had moved over to Glen Ellen and was living in a small little house over there, or apartment over there, and it was really nice and enjoyable, and I liked it. And I had went to get a dog for a companion therapy animal, and I had gotten this cute little Chihuahua dog because we was apartment living and stuff, so we wanted a small dog. And she was bonding to me fine until one day she was chasing me to go. She was chasing me through the house, and I was closing a door behind me, and I didn't realize she was chasing me, and she ran headfirst into the door. And then, she ran off and hung out with my wife, and she started to hang out with the wife more. She still liked me, but I think she blamed me for the door incident. And she was just charging headlong, head down, and charged right into the door. I had no idea she was behind me. So, after a while, it was clear that she wasn't going to bond to me like the companion therapy animal that I was looking for at that time. And we wanted to get her a companion anyways, someone, we wanted to play mate for her. So we went out, we went to the shelter there in Sonoma called Pets Lifeline, which is an amazing place. If you're near Sonoma, California, go visit Pets Lifeline. The people there are amazing. They take great care of their animals. Their animals are absolutely just treated amazingly. The people are great. Adopted 2 animals from the same place and just happy as could be with both of them. So, anyways, I ended up going out there, met Tanner. Tanner, has been with me ever since. We're going on 11, it's been 11 years since we've been together. And so we've been together for, 11 years. And it's kind of funny, though, because in hindsight, there's a lot of people who asked me about my marriage because it ended in divorce. Me and her split up, and things weren't necessarily, good between me and her after a point in time and stuff. People ask me all the time, they're like, man, would you go back and change that? Would you go back and change, if you could go back and not marry her, would you? No. If I hadn't married her, I would have never ended up in California. I would have never made all these amazing friends. I would have never got Tanner. I would have never had the experiences that I had out there, and all that stuff helped shape me to be who I am today. And so, no, I don't want to go back and change any of those things. And I don't want to go back and change anything about my past or my history. Even all the most horrible things that have happened to me are things who have shaped me into who I am today. And without those experiences, who knows who I would be? So those experiences are important. And those wounds that were caused by some of those tragedies and stuff, that's where the light came in. When I was going through school and I was being bullied and picked on, which I was bullied and picked on from basically kindergarten all the way up until I graduated high school. Because I was bigger than everyone else in my grade. I was taller, I was heavy set, and so I was a target for, these kids to pick on. And I was, like a real kind of peaceful, pacifistic kind of kid, when I was younger. I didn't want to fight. I didn't want to do anything like that. I just wanted, to have friends and hang out and play with my G.I. Joes and my Star Wars toys and, my Transformers and Voltron and stuff like that, just being nerdy, geeky little kid, and, I just want to be happy like everyone else does. But as I was picked on, it hurt. It was painful. There's lots of sorrow there. There's lots of tears cried, lots of pain, lots of anguish. Some of it physical pain from, people starting fights with me and stuff, and it was something I never really wanted to do. And, eventually I learned how to defend myself, and I came to the point to where I would work on trying to defend others as well. I'd protect others who were being bullied and picked on, as I got bigger and I got stronger. And, it was one of those things. If I saw someone bullying someone, I'd step up and tell them, hey, cut that out. You don't want to piss me off. Stop it. So, but I don't know that I would have done that if I hadn't known the pain of being there. So, it's one of those things that as you go through and you suffer these pains and these wounds, that's where the light comes in. That light is the healing that comes in. It's the lessons from those things. It's the things that comes into you that you learn and that you pick up. It's that compassion you have. If you went through a very emotionally abusive childhood, more than likely, you're not going to want to pass that on to your children, at least if you've healed. Now, I know a lot of people who have it, and those people they're still traumatized, they're still hurt, they still don't understand what's going on, and they need to heal. But the wounds of my past are what has made me who I am today. Darren McGavin, who was a guest on the show last year, he said that his traumas are his blessings. And I tell you what, that has stuck with me. Hearing Darren say that has stuck with me ever since he said that. And if you go and look up the show that I did with Darren McGavin, I have a trigger warning on that show because he goes into talking about his traumas, and man, did this guy go through some stuff. But he has come out, and he is a shamanic practitioner, and he uses what happened to him. He took it, he worked through it, he healed from it, and now he helps others do the same. He's worked through his pain, he's worked through his hurts, he's worked through those traumas, and now he uses that experience to help others who are going through similar things. Darren's an amazing guy. I mean, check out his episode that we done together. Just know, like I said, there's a trigger warning up there, so be aware. If you have any questions about it, if you want to touch base with me, feel free to reach out and message me, and I will let you know what you might be getting in, what you will be getting into if you watch that episode, if you need the note beforehand. But just know that those wounds are where the light comes in. And so as you're sitting there and you're working through things, start looking at seeing what's the lessons that you can learn from these things. What is there from these hurts and these pains? What sufferings happen that you can look at and go, oh, I can take that and I can turn that around and I can turn that into a blessing, and I'm not going to allow that to be a trauma. I'm not going to allow it to control my life. I'm not going to allow it to manipulate me. I'm not going to allow it to decide how I react to things anymore. I'm going to move beyond all those trauma issues, because you're working on healing, you're working on accepting, you're working on integrating that. And that's part of some of the things that we talk about on the show, in different episodes and stuff. And if you're dealing with some stuff like that and you need someone to talk to, there's the links to the Discord and also my Facebook down below for Breaking Reality. Feel free to tie into those. Reach out to me. With the Discord, if you're going to join the Discord, you're going to have to click that link twice if you don't already have a Discord account. One is going to be to make a Discord account. The second time will actually bring you to the Discord server. If I am up and in the office and around, that Discord server is usually on. And if not, it's always up on my phone. So you can get me on that if I'm up and around and able to reach out to you. I will. Same with Facebook. I try to check it on a regular basis and stuff. But you know, just work on. I guess a big thing for me to just say is just work on trying to see how you can take those traumas and turn them into blessings. Look at where the light came in through that wound. Look at what that light is. Embrace that light. Don't focus on the wound. Focus on the light. The wound will heal. There might be a scar. It might hurt. I'm sorry. I don't want to see anybody hurt. I don't like seeing people suffer. But it's part of the lesson. I hate to say it, but it is. It really is part of the lesson. I even see my mentors go through hurt and pain. They're not impervious to it just because, they've been walking this road for a while. It's still there. It happens. It's going to happen to us all. I guarantee you I'll have more hurt and pain and suffering, and there will be more wounds, and there will be lessons for me to learn from them. And I'm willing to learn them because it's something I need to do to help better myself. But let's get on with our card today. We pulled the Cloak of Christ. So, let's see what this card has to say. And it's kind of funny that we pulled the Cloak of Christ, because if you think about Christ, the wounds that he suffered and the light that he was unto the world. Oops, come on. Here we go. The Cloak of Christ. In the school of humanity, when you become Alright, let's start over. Words once again. In the school of humanity, when you become intimate with God, you reside on the King's throne and teach the angels the nature of the divine. Rumi. My sacred brother, he who shares my heart and yours, beating as one in harmony with the great unending love, brings you the mantle of this protection. Do you imagine that there is any part of your life, your body, of your soul, that is outside the realm of his divine love and protection? Offer all to him. Leave nothing cast aside. He and I together receive you absolutely without condition now. The compassion born out of our own struggles tempers the karmic weight of divine justice. We have been through the same journey you are taking now, sweet divine soul. In oneness with the divine heart, we know of your efforts and your struggles. What has been bestowed upon you now is the restoration of forgiveness, of kindness, and mercy. That's the light that comes in through the wound. The forgiveness, the kindness, and the mercy. And on forgiveness, forgive those who have trespassed against you. Alright? Even if they do not forgive you for trespasses, or even if, those who you have trespassed do not forgive you. But forgive others. And don't do it for their sake. Do the forgiveness for your sake. Do the forgiveness so you drop that burden that you're carrying. Forgive them. Don't hold that resentment. Don't hold that hate. Don't hold that grudge. Don't hold those burdens. No matter how vile of something has been done to you, lay that down and stop carrying it. I'm dead serious about this, people. Forgive them and put that burden down. You don't need to carry it anymore. Alright? My sacred brother speaks to you. He shall receive your darkness and your light, the angel of your heart and the demon of your fear. Nothing is greater than my brother's love for you. Nothing is greater than the holy passion for you. Take refuge under the cloak of Christ. the mantle of my sacred brother, and know that you are held in our loving sanctuary. You are tired, beloved. Your soul has been ravaged inside and out. You are succumbing to the struggle that is not karmic or necessary, but a symptom of fatigue and weariness of the heart, mind, body, and soul. That which plagues you, whether something specific or a general nagging malaise or anxiety you cannot quite pin down, is not as powerful as you fear. You are being given a grace, here and now, that it may be overcome. Remember, your actions are symptoms of your exhaustion and a sign that you need respite, sanctuary, and restoration. They are not a sign of something that must be done so much as a sign of something that must be received and allowed. That something is healing made possible through the divine protection. In this instance, protection is bestowed through the cloak of the Christ. This cloak is a sacred container that places your body and soul within the loving energy of the Christ consciousness. This unconditionally loving energy is not limited to the being bearing its name, but is shared by Rumi and many other holy ones. It is typified by a wholeness. There is nothing within you that would cause the Christ to turn away from you, not even those parts that you may fill with your fear, shame, guilt, or regret. He and Rumi are sacred brothers, loving and supporting of each other, and they see your soul as one of their family, one of their own. You are so loved by them both equally and without measure. Can you allow yourself to take refuge in this knowledge, to feel it, not only as an idea, nourishing as that is, but as a visceral reality where you complete the sacred honoring ritual and allow yourself to feel the peace and receive healing? The knowledge of the Christ's unconditional love for you is a safe space, a place to fall into when you are struggling. It is a sacred container for your healing process, an energetic field that is stronger and more enduring than even the greatest fears or doubts. The purpose of this sacred container is to provide you with the feelings of being held, especially for those times when you are feeling that you cannot hold yourself. Sometimes we need permission to break down, to really let go, to come apart and be disassembled so that we can break through, be lifted up, and come together in a new, more spiritually coherent and loving form to move forward. For you, this is essential. There is a person, place, thing, or belief that has come to be like a manacle around your wrist, or an iron ball, or a leg iron, preventing you from moving forward with the grace you have earned spiritually. You are being empowered here to shed that. Don't hesitate. Let yourself be cloaked in the Christ energy and receive the spiritual assistance you deserve now. There is a reason for this. The unfolding of your life purpose is taking a turn for the better, and your energy is required to fuel that new life. This is particularly so if you have also drawn the Oracle Passion for Purpose, or intuitively feel drawn to read the message of that card and complete its accompanying sacred honoring ritual. Just remember that whenever we are asked to release something, it is because the divine wishes to fill our hearts and hands with more. Do not hold on to scraps for fear that the feast will be denied to you. Use your nose. Smell the feast waiting for you. There is a feast waiting. Sacred honoring ritual. Open your arms wide above your head and tip your gaze gently towards the heaven. If you are inside, imagine or intend that you can gaze beyond the physical structure of the ceiling right into the sky that lies above. Lower your arms to the prayer position at your heart and say aloud, if possible, Rumi and Jesus Christ, who loves me without condition, offer me the cloak of the Christ, the mantle of divine protection, now that I may receive the karmic grace and healing that I need through the power and mercy of your presence. Thank you. Sit quietly and imagine that you are surrounded by a dark, comforting cloak. You can easily breathe through it. You can easily see light within it, or filtering through it if needs be. Or you may feel comfortable in the darkness. let it be whatever is most relaxing and soothing for you. You may even imagine it to be the night sky dappled with the stars wrapping around you. Close your eyes and relax now for as long as it feels good. That may be for a minute or for 15 or 20 minutes or longer. Just be with what feels appropriate and best for you at this time. When you feel you are ready to arise from your rest, simply place your hands at your heart and say thank you. You may notice strong energetic sensations or emotions during this process or in the day following. You may notice repetitive thought patterns that you need to confront and challenge with more loving thoughts. You may have significant dreams in the evening following also. It may be very subtle for you, so much that you wonder if anything has happened and if it has worked. It has. The effect will be demonstrated at the right time. Trust. So, just know that there is divine guidance out there. There's divine protection. There's forces out there that want to make sure that you're taken care of. The universal consciousness, just, the Christ consciousness of what they was talking about in there. That consciousness is... It embodies all of us, embodies everything, So when we tap into that, we're tapping into that, universal consciousness. And so just know that we're all part of each other. So as one of us heals, we kind of help everyone heal. So as one of us works through what we need to do to better ourselves, it lifts everyone else up. And just know that, like we talked about earlier, talked a little bit about the suffering in there, and, don't let the fear or the hurt or the pain or the anguish, lay those things down. Step into that compassion. Step into that love. That's where everything needs to come from, is love. All of creation is based in love. So, with that, once again, I want you all to know you are loved and be blessed. And I will see you tomorrow.